Up next, the Mavericks taking on the Clippers. For the Dallas Mavericks, every game presents another chance to... 2K Sports brings you the NBA on a Friday afternoon. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Paul George. Morris is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in a point. And for the Mavericks, Kleber is the four with Porzingis in the middle. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
Jackson against Doncic. Three-pointer. A three-pointer is right on target. And the teams we're seeing tonight, Steve, they have very deep rotations.
And Kevin, when you can go maybe 10 deep, it keeps your locker room happy. It also protects your team against injuries sinking a season.
Fast break, Dallas. It's stolen by Morris. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him. He gets that one.
Smooth off the bounce with the strength to finish through contact. Paul George showing us how it's done.
Doncic against Jackson. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Doncic.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Pass to Morris. Outside Leonard. Pass to Batum. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And it's good for two.
An efficient score inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And here is Doncic. To the inside. Here's Finney Smith. That shot off. Great D that time from Leonard. Morris outside. Jackson passes to Leonard. Clock at 6. Jackson misses. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Hardaway dishes to Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Dallas making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. All free throws good from Doncic. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside Leonard. Now the pass to George. Out to Morris. Back to George. Over Kleber with the putback. It's good on the putback.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
Pass to Kleber. It's stolen by Morris. Feeds to George. And George with the stuff.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Here's Hardaway. Pass to Kleber. Leonard with the steal. Jackson with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Batum, good.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Mavericks trailed by 5. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
For Dallas, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Luka Doncic. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Maxi Kleber. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around.
Pass to Melli. And Brunson has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Here's Finney-Smith. It's hauled in by the Clippers. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move.
Wow, I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. From past the arc. He doesn't hit that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way. Here's Mann. Basket good. Mann's got 5.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 11-point game. And the pass to Melli. Shoots over Leonard. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. That one is off.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. 5 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Brunson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a dozen. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
It's a winning approach when you execute. That's the key. They're playing fast, but also under control.
I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul are 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Really left alone that time. Doncic has got 8 points.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Kennard, the pass to Rondo. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard looking around. Shot from free throw range. Offensive rebound. Zubac. Leonard kicks to Kennard. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trailed by 11. And Doncic, here we go. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. He's got 10.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now. Passes it to Kennard.
Leonard on the wing, 14 feet away. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Rondo against Doncic. Richardson dishes to Cauley Stein. Can't get it to fall.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Porzingis is checked in for the Mavericks. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles. Outside Rondo. Zubats against Cauley Stein. Zubats the pass to Kennard. Back to Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
That's how you run pick and roll. Kennard's a smart player who's got better at creating for others.
Pass to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pulls up. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Porzingis.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Doncic against Rondo. Down low. Zubats the pass to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
The drive by Doncic. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Allowing any room to operate, you know he's going to be aggressive.
Los Angeles leading by 11. Pass to man. Outside for Rondo. To the paint. Zubats in the post. Working on Cauley Stein. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And the dunk by Zubats.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
On the wing, Doncic. He's covered by Rondo. Back to Doncic. Out to Hardaway. Pulls it up. No good off the back of the rim.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. The Clippers shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. That free throw good from Kennard.
You know, there's always going to be room in this league for guys like Luke Kennard. He can shoot, he can pass it, and he can put it on the floor.
The Clippers have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. Free throw good from Morris.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. What?
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They are in control of this game, up by 18. Kenny, give us your take. And
there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Doncic. Left side, Porzingis. Batum with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Leonard on the wing.
Shooting at a high clip, he's found ways to get quality looks.
This Mavericks squad struggling. Doncic outside. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Right side, Porzingis. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
Outside, Jackson. Looking for George. He gets it there. Batum with the three. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks have their young star tandem in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. KP said, we can be a pretty deadly duo. It's only going to be a matter of time. Once we get that two-man game going, it's going to be hard to stop. Guys, it's already hard to stop. Back to you.
A team on the rise, David. Thank you so much. Jackson looking it over. Leonard attacking. Here's Batum. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
3 out of 4 coming out of the half, showing good execution on the offensive end.
Outside, Porzingis. Inside, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Jackson passes to Batum. He kicks to Leonard. Passes it to Jackson. Back to Leonard. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Mavericks trail by 20. Here's Finney-Smith. No good on the triple. The Clippers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Jackson against Doncic. Jackson dishes to Morris. The shot misses. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Hardaway.
He's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Jackson passes to Morris. Outside Leonard with the shot. Los Angeles with another miss. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Clippers leading by 18. Nobody near Leonard. And the second chance effort by Jackson. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
Porzingis inside, defended by Batum. Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
At 7'3", Porzingis is almost impossible to guard, especially when he's focusing on trying to score.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Melly is checked in for Maxi Kleba. Josh Richardson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Mann's checked in. Jackson passes to George. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Kennard, he's checked in for George. There's 42 seconds left in the third. Out to the right wing. Brunson finds Doncic. Back to Brunson. Here's Melly. Out to Doncic. 6 to shoot. From outside the arc. Kept alive.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
Brunson against Jackson. Pass to Kennard. Off target with his three. Richardson gets a wide open look, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Jackson. Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3. Mavericks trailed by 19. Doncic with it. To the left wing. Lets the 3 fly. Brunson, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks. And the Clippers with a change here, too. Paul George is checked in for Luke Kennard. Jackson against Brunson. George with no one around. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 21.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Hardaway. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Makes it off the glass.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
Jackson against Brunson. Morris looking over the floor. Here's the pass to man. On the wing, George. Goes up the baseline. Another one falls for the Clippers.
That defense would have killed another player's shot, but George is a higher class of shooter.
Mavericks trailed by 21. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
LA's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. Jackson finds George. Misses off the left iron. Dallas has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Brunson, good. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. From deep, George. And it's George again missing.
I mean, he's staying aggressive, trying to regain his touch. But right now, he's hurting the team.
Jackson kicks to George. Passes it to Morris. Back to George. Lets it fly. That doesn't go either for George. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Trailing by 19. On the wing, Doncic. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
And George kicks to Jackson. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul. They throw good, Paul George.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Nicolo Melli. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Marcus Morris.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Leonard, the pass to Batum. Back to Leonard. Can't connect from 13 feet out. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Finney-Smith. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Down low, Hardaway with the steal. It's 2-on-1. Pass to Doncic. That one goes in.
On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
George dishes to Leonard. Pass to Morris. Fade away. And Batum kicks to Leonard. Los Angeles with another miss. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer, here are the five for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Batum in at center. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot.
How about the range? I mean, that's big-time, limitless range. I'll tell you, you better check him when he steps over the line.
Lillard looking around. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Leonard. The shot off that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Here's McCollum. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Good on the second free throw. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Here's George. Rebound by Nurkic.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Covington with the bucket.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Outside Jackson. Back to George. Inside Morris. And he can't bank that one in. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball, and that one drops for him.
Refuses to let contact deter him from scoring. I'm a fan of Lillard's willingness to challenge defenders.
And George kicks to Jackson. Back to George. Shot to stop the run, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
Jackson with it. Covington with the steal. And again, Portland running the court in transition. And that one's good. Lillard.
And guys, you'd have to say this run really triggered by their transition offense.
Jackson dishes to George. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there, Greg?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see, because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. That one doesn't go. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Powell, the pass to Simons. Knocks it loose.
You just have to love that grit and effort on the glass. No problems battling for the basketball.
I'd say that shot is well within his range.
I would hope so. Simons surveying the D. Kicks it to Carmelo. Clock at 6. Cowens finds Anthony. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
Here's Powell. Bucket is good.
Man, has this offense been running? I'm just getting tired of watching them.
Clippers trail by 4. Outside Rondo. Pass to Man. George dishes to Rondo. Here's Morris. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
And still a... Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his...
I know that when the main guy,
way, he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
So for the Clippers right now, Marcus Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Luke Kennard. That's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 3. Here's Simons. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Anthony. The putback, and Cantor able to finish.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. The jump hook, rebounded by Anthony. Portland leading. Here's Simons. That does not fall. Still looking for his first basket after 3 shots. Kennard against Powell. Morris passes to Zubac. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Outside Collins. Anthony kicks to Powell. Pass to Simons. Passes to Cantor. Kicks it out to Collins. Over Morris. Stolen by Zubac. Morris passes to Rondo. Count the basket. Rondo's got it all tied up now for the Clippers.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside Collins. The pass to Simons. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. So the wing on the left. Here's Mann, covered by Anthony. Mann passes to Kennard. Morris right side. Shot clock at 3. Here's Mann. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Up top, Morris. Pass to Zubac. Here's Mann, guarded by Powell. No coverage that time. And it's 6 points for Marcus Morris.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
1:22 left to play here in the half. Outside Anthony. Here's Simons. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Cantor. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. The second chance effort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Clearly a foul.
The Trailblazers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. And that one misses. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Damian Lillard in for Anthony. Jackson looking it over. Outside for Batum. Right side Leonard. Batum, the tip in on the offensive rebound.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? That's a 2 from Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Pass to Simon. Portland again missing. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6. And that does it for our halftime show.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half. In the corner, it's Morris. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. George dishes to Leonard. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 3-point game.
Hey, yo, right here.
Leonard against Powell. Back to Lillard. Launches it. They get the rebound. Nurkic, the pass to Covington.
Tremendous job by Robert Covington to get the defense committed and draw the contact. Nice.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Jackson kicks to Leonard. Can't cash in from close range.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Clippers trail by 5. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
Mr. Morris leaves no doubt.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Lillard against Jackson. McCollum outside for 3. Batum grabs the miss.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
To the paint, stolen by McCollum. Covington with it, guarded now by Morris. Yes, that goes in. Powell's got 6 points.
This to me is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Passes it to Batum. The feed to Morris. Lays it up off the glass. Morris has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, this is the area of the floor where Marcus Morris can be a problem because of that frame in that game. Look out, gentlemen.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. They double team McCollum. Shot clock at 6. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. A nice shot by George.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Jackson against Lillard. 1:10 left to play here in the third. Empty that time from Leonard.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And it's George finishing it off.
There's a level of physicality that Paul George is willing to play with. This guy can track down second chance opportunities with the best of them.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. McCollum against George. Outside Covington. It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Jackson passes to Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard the pass to McCollum. To halt the run. Lillard misses.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
The Clippers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Lillard. And then for the Clippers, Mann's checked in, and it's Kennard in for George. McCollum, not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find...
The third quarter comes to a close. The Clippers on top as they end the third quarter on a 14-6 run. From Portland, we're back in a moment. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Jackson is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mann in at the small forward position. Here's Simons. Dishes to Nurkic. Off target with the open look.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
McCollum passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. Puts up a three. Rebounded by Jackson. Clippers leading by 9. Here's Leonard. Yep, that one goes.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Simons. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Nurkic the pass to Covington. Portland no good that time either. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Leonard no luck. Trailblazers trail by 11. Covington's shot is off. Here's the break. Oh, Leonard in position. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
Simons, the pass to Nurkic. Now Covington. And here's McCollum for three. Good on the triple.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Now here's Jackson. The pass to Kennard. He feeds it to Batum. Back to Kennard. Over McCollum. Kennard's shot is off.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
And Batum kicks to Leonard. Beyond the arc. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound. Anthony's got 4 rebounds in this game. Simons, the pass to McCollum. The shot's good.
Potent with and without the ball, McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Batum dishes to Leonard. Over Anthony. And it's Leonard missing. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Shoots it. And too long on the shot. Los Angeles leading by 8. Pass to Mann. Back to Leonard. The tray. Rebounded by McCollum.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Nurkic, the pass to Simons. Batum against Nurkic. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Norman Powell comes in for Anthony, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Morris is checked in for Los Angeles, while George comes in for Luke Kennard. George against McCollum, and George kicks to Leonard to end the cold streak. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the... And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Lillard against Jackson. Leonard looking around. The 3 can't connect. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was.
Finney Smith in at the 3. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here is Hardaway. Doncic feeling it out. Clock at 6. That 3 off the mark. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. Outside Covington. Up again. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. In the backcourt matchup tonight, Brent, definitely high-powered at the point guard position in particular. Much more scoring expected than in decades past.
Well, I think guys have the green light, Kevin, to fire away at the first available opportunity. The offense isn't taught the same way with orchestrators at the point guard position. Now guys are looking to be overly aggressive with their scoring prowess and to try to make plays sometimes feels secondary.
Here's Lillard. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Porzingis with the block.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
Here's Finney Smith. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
A bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
Here's Covington, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
All-out effort all the time. Covington was undrafted, and he's worked his way into NBA minutes.
Now, here's Kleber.
And really the defense.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Lillard. The Mavericks making the shot. To the inside. McCollum outside. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Porzingis.
A testament to the savvy of McCollum. The defender bites on his subtle move, then is left with no choice but to foul him.
A different look now for Portland. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Melly is checked in for Maxi Kleber. Josh Richardson comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Now here's Richardson. Doncic passes to Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Richardson against McCollum. Passes it to Simons. From outside, off the mark. The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Brunson, good.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Portland moving the ball around. Tanner, high post. Anthony, right side. Tries again. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
I feel like when CJ gets a couple of these to go, it accentuates his ability and confidence to score from the outside as well.
And now McCollum running the floor all by himself. Count that bucket. McCollum's got 6.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Down low. Porzingis inside. He's covered by Cantor. Portland leading. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Count it.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Doncic outside. It's stolen by Anthony. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. A nice shot by Simons.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Doncic outside. Pass to Brunson. To the paint over Anthony. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Trail Blazers, Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Anthony. And it's Simons in at the 2 guard. To the middle, stolen by Cantor. The pass to Anthony. Inside, here's Simons. This is to Collins. And stolen by Richardson. Fast break, Dallas. Powell finds Cauley Stein. Excellent D from Cantor.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trail Blazers. And Dallas with a change here too. Hardaway's checked in. 3-pointer Lillard. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Powell kicks to Hardaway. He feeds it to Cauley Stein. Simons the pass to Lillard. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Yeah, this is the kind of shot selection that you got to be on board with Lillard. Tenacious scorer, but I love the efficient opportunity there.
Richardson dishes to Cauley Stein. Dallas again turning it over for the Trailblazers. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Zach Collins. And McCollum subbed in for Anferny Simons. And Dallas also making a switch. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley Stein. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Covington with the bucket.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Richardson kicks to Hardaway. There's 1:54 left now here in the second. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. McCollum, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And it's good. 2 points. Richardson's got his first points in this one.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
It's McCollum on the wing. Wide open look. And he makes that one. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Richardson the pass to Kleber. Shoots over Nurkic. Kleber, no good.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Changing ends quickly, he's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Kleber against Nurkic. Here's Finney Smith. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pass to Lillard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Anthony dishes to McCollum. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. And then for Dallas, Nicolo Melli comes in for Dwight Powell. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Richardson. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. To the inside. Covington with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Lillard with the ball, and Portland again with the bucket.
Well, the defense having a hard time keying on Lillard right now because he's trying to make some plays, so keeping them honest.
Here's Doncic, and the layup is good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Nurkic, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, well, after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 14. Kenny, how'd you feel about it? And that's a wrap.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kleber is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better? That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Finney-Smith, and the shot falls short this time.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Trailblazers leading by 21. Here's Powell. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Kleba kicks to Doncic. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Here's Porzingis. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Porzingis has got 8 points.
There you go, finally getting one to drop. They have to be a little better now, starting 1 for 5 in this half.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Down low.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy 3 of 4 to start it off.
Hardaway goes in. The shot comes out, and the Trailblazers going the other way. Up the floor. Porzingis with the block, and he recovers it. Basket counts. Nurkic has got his second basket. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Out to Hardaway. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Here's Kleba. Defended by Covington. Kleba, the pass to Finney-Smith. And stolen by Lillard. And the basket by McCollum. 15 points in the game.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy, fast break baskets.
Doncic against Lillard. And it's Doncic missing.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Nurkic dishes to McCollum. Covington in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Anthony with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Covington against Brunson. Here's Simons. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Collins passes it to Simons. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And that'll give him a jolt. Nothing like a rejection to light a fire under you.
And Doncic, here we go. The rebound by Simons.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And it's Doncic missing.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Covington finds Anthony. Here's Simons. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Kicks it out to Richardson. To stop the drought, Brunson the pass to Melly. Over Collins. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Portland out in front, running away with it. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Collins. He's out there with Little. Enes Kanter is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Simons surveying the D. Kanter's shot is off. And for the Mavericks, they're shooting just 31% in the game. And there's Burke. That's good on the assist from Cauley Stein. And Collins has got the ball here for the Portland Trailblazers. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Guarded closely. Fires the three. And it's Simons missing. Here's Dallas. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Here's Simons. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. For Dallas, they've gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley Stein loves to play rough down low.
Here's Simons. He kicks it to Little. Pass to Kanter. Trailblazers moving the ball around. The pass to Hollis Jefferson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Zach Collins. Derek Jones comes in for Little. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there. That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Doncic outside. Pass to Kleba. Back to Doncic. To the middle. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Doncic against Lillard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
And for a guy who entered the league as a terrific free throw shooter, Damian Lillard is now among the elite of the elite from the stripe.
Well, free throws good from Lillard. Now, here's Doncic. A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Passes to Kleba. And here's Porzingis. And it's in there.
I think the talk about Porzingis being soft on the inside might be a little misguided. Playing pretty hard right now.
Lillard against Porzingis. Now, here's Lillard. Defense right on him. McCollum outside. Offline with his three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Portland.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, with all these assists, it's obvious how well that he can see the entirety of the floor out there. If an easy bucket is to be had, he'll find it.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And the basket by Jones.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Offensive rebound. Here's Porzingis. From downtown, misses the shot. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our
welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming right up. And thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K. Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with Hardaway. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward spot. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Morris is out there with Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the point guard position. George finds Leonard. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
On the wing, Doncic. Guarded by Jackson for the 3. And that's good. Luka Doncic for 3. Doncic has got the first 3 points tonight for Dallas. And here's George. Outside Jackson. Back to George. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And the focus Paul George has. Outstanding job finding a way to score on physical defense.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Doncic against Jackson. Doncic outside. Pass to Hardaway. Now here's Porzingis. 5 on the clock. The 3 for Doncic. Second shot opportunity. Porzingis can't hit. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. Kleba against Leonard. The dish now to George. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Pass break, Dallas. Porzingis with the ball, and Batum picks him up defensively. The shot by Kleba, wide open. Porzingis. It's hauled in by George.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Here's Finney-Smith, guarded by Jackson. Finney-Smith kicks to Hardaway. Doncic outside. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Here's Doncic. From deep three-point range.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
Here's Batum. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Now George. And George with the stuff.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now, here's Doncic. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Hardaway up top, defended by George. 6 on the shot clock. That one off the back iron and out.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
And you've seen they've made numerous attempts to try to get him going. Shows how valuable he is to this offense.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Kleba. And Kleba slams it in.
Give Josh credit, taking the challenge offensively, discipline, and that's a beautiful pass.
Rondo looking around. 52 seconds left in the first. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Rondo is out there to distribute the ball. He is a master at finding the open man.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Intercepted. Here's Kleba. Doncic. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
To the paint. And Morris throws it down.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Clippers lead by 2. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got Josh Richardson. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. Luka Doncic out there with Powell. And it's Melli in at the power forward. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific play.
3 terrific kids. You're right.
One thing you no longer want to do against Richardson, send him to the free throw line, an area where he has really improved.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard. Rondo kicks to Kennard. And there's the pass to Zubats. Shoots over Brunson. And he overshot that one, missing. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Richardson. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Rondo. Pass to Man. Back to Rondo. Pass to Kennard. Here's Man. Clock at 4. Zubats tips it back in. Zubats has got the game tied up here for the Clippers.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Brunson scanning the floor. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first, bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
Rondo passes to Kennard. Back to Rondo. Kennard against Richardson. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Richardson. And that misses badly. Air ball. The Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Cauley-Stein, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney-Smith is a guy you can win with.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Dallas also making some changes. Nicolo Melli comes in for Cauley-Stein. And Doncic is subbed in for Richardson. It's George on the wing. He's got 5. Batum passes to Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Quick off his feet. The long arms. Easy jam for Jackson.
And they double up Doncic. Pass to Melli. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Melli's got his first points of the game.
Moving it around. 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Jackson passes to George. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Doncic looking it over. Unable to get that one. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Long and athletic, PG-13 is a terror when he reaches the cup.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the 3. So far, not paying dividends.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to 2 on the bucket from Kristaps Porzingis.
And a little contact won't go a long way against Porzingis. What a display of physicality.
The 3 from George. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Clippers. Hey, thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, good. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that'll...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Batum is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Doncic with it. 5 points in the game. And the dunk by Doncic.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
Jackson against Doncic. Here's Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Porzingis.
Comfortable inside, plus the 7'3" wingspan. Hard to stop Kawhi without fouling.
Powell, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Jalen Brunson comes in for Luka Doncic. Mavericks trail by 4. And here's Brunson. He kicks it to Hardaway. Over George. Hardaway, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
George, no good. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Finney-Smith. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Batum. And the shot goes in. Batum's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Willie Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Dwight Powell. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway.
Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up. A beautiful pass to lead his teammate right to the hoop.
Mavericks trail by 8. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Kleber inside. He's against Morris. Here's Finney-Smith. They get it again. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Clippers leading by 6. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Stolen. Now here's Richardson. D right on him. Brunson, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And it's Leonard missing. Fast break, Dallas. Richardson's running. Here's Cauley Stein. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Cauley Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
So, for the Clippers, Kennard, he's checked in for Morris. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Rondo against Brunson. Now the pass to Kennard. And the Clippers miss again. That's tipped. The shot by Rondo is no good. Mavericks trail by 5. Richardson gets a wide open look. Dallas again missing. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Leonard kicks to Kennard. No good on the 3.
The defense got lucky there. That's one you expect him to drain.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
For the Clippers, Ivica Zubac has checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Serge Ibaka subbed in for Luke Kennard. Dallas also making some changes. Zinkis, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Jalen Brunson. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Josh Richardson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
And so he makes both from the line.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Outside Leonard. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Dallas again missing.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
The 3 for Doncic. Off target. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Clippers lead by 5. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Los Angeles leading by 5. On the floor for Dallas. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Los Angeles calls timeout. Teams changing it up here. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Melly passes to Finney-Smith. Pass to Porzingis. Leonard with the steal. Now George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Doncic with the block.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
George dishes to Jackson. Back to George. Tries yet again. Zubac kicks to George. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Jackson against Doncic. From deep. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It sends a message that we're going to be aggressive no matter who's taking the shot.
A fearless competitor. When Doncic is driving inside, he just embraces the contact on the way up.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Jackson looking it over. Outside, Batum. Shot clock at 6. Jackson passes to George. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Leonard, no luck.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Morris into the lane. Kicks it to Batum. Again, Los Angeles.
They saw what the defense was willing to give up, and they seized that opportunity.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Finney-Smith. Here's Porzingis. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. To the middle. And finished off by Leonard.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Doncic against Jackson, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
And George kicks to Leonard. Hardaway against George. Back to Leonard. Here's the three. Sinks the triple. And it's a 12-point Clipper lead.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
It's Jackson with the drive and the dunk by Jackson.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
Porzingis passes to Kleber. Back to Porzingis. They need this. And Kleber slams it in.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Clippers.
Look at their number of assists.
You know, they didn't get stuck in those one-on-one situations, and they got the ball to the guys with the best matchups. Easy drives, open jumpers, and great ball movement.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Batum.
You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
To the inside, it's stolen by Morris. And here comes Jackson, leading the fast break. George against Hardaway. Now, here's George. He's guarded closely. Leonard, that's for two. Rebounded by Hardaway. Doncic against Jackson. That's good from Doncic on the assist from Hardaway.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Leonard inside. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. The bright lights and tall buildings of... Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Powell with the steal. Leonard with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Morris with the ball. 2 points. That one goes. George has got the opening field goal of the game for the Clippers.
And just willing to take chances defensively pays off in a transition basket.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Now here's Nurkic. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game. So let's see how this plays out.
Here's Leonard. After the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Leonard. Morris, left side. And it comes off the front of the rim.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And Lillard gets it to go.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And here are the Blazers. Powell dishes to Lillard. It's Covington on the wing. Leonard with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. That's good for George on the assist from Leonard.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard. That's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach.
Jackson passes to Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Leonard inside. Covington's there. Nurkic with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Powell, that's good.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now, here is George. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Morris against Covington. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Covington with the bucket.
Well, you can see Covington's speed and transition opportunities. That was a nice job getting out in front.
George with the ball. Now Covington defending. Jackson is doubled. Back to George. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And the Clippers making a change here. Zubats is checked in. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for McCollum. Now here's Powell. Pass to Anthony. It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
Jackson against Lillard. And Lillard gets double teamed. Pass to Simons. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in. On defense, the Clippers. Trailing by 2. There's the pass to Cantor. Outside Anthony. 4 on the clock. Over Morris. Anthony can't hit. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Nobody near George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got 7 points.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
Now here's Lillard. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Anthony against Leonard. There's 31 seconds left here in the first quarter. Morris kicks to Leonard. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
A nice shot by Simons.
It's not rocket science. At some point, the defense has to show more urgency getting back in transition.
Clippers trail by 3. George looking around. In the corner, it's Morris. Again, Los Angeles.
Really good job anticipating the rise and fire off the catch. Go ahead, Marcus Morris.
Lillard, the pass to Cantor. Here's Simons. 3-pointer. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Trailblazers lead by 1. When Damian Lillard's in the flow, there is no stopping.
I think in the past, anytime I got...
Greg, this is why they say there's no substitute for experience.
And I agree. And, you know, sometimes guys need to learn to be more selfish at times. You also learn, if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Ride the hot hand.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, Collins is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2 spot. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Trailblazers leading by 5. Outside Anthony. Inside. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now a 3-point play chance here for him.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And as a team, excellent. A season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Passes it to Leonard. To stop the run, and Zubac puts it in. Zubac has got his first bucket of the night.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Leonard against McCollum. Simons, the pass to Nurkic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Rondo passes to Mann. Back to Rondo. Pass to Mann. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Rondo. Simons, the pass to Covington. Simons tipped back in for 2. Simons has got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Pass to Mann. Kicks to Leonard. Dishes it to Morris. Back to Leonard from the arc. And no good. Now Portland takes it the other way.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
A year ago, he had an 84% success rate on his foul shots. So he was a guy they were always happy to see at the line.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Zach Collins checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons.
He seems to have just lost his touch. Only 1 for his first 5 here in the quarter.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working. There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
The shot by George, no good. Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Stolen by Jackson. Leonard against Anthony. George passes to Leonard. Shoots over Powell, and it's Leonard missing. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Rebounded by Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Kawhi Leonard is a career 85% free throw shooter. You do not want to put him at the line.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Leonard hits them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
And for Portland, they're shooting a superb 63% from the field. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Down low, Batum with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. And it's George finishing it off.
The speed in transition. Paul George is dynamic in space.
Lillard with it. Powell for 3. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even.
Carmelo, you got some real numbers off the bench in the first half. How important is that contribution to the team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better benches in the NBA, and when they come to play like we play.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1 point. And that's...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Paul George really making a difference here.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
The two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Leonard. George dishes to Batum, outside for George.
Well, the efficiency with the mid-range game, Paul George has always possessed.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Lillard outside, fires top of the key. A putback, here's Nurkic. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
The Clippers shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Jackson passes to George. Trying to get open is Ibaka. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. Portland no good that time either.
Not a terrific start here in the second half. 4 attempts, nothing to show for it.
Jackson finds George. Ibaka with the ball. Shot clock at 5. Back to George. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
On the wing, Jackson, covered by Lillard. Batum trying to break loose. And it's George missing. Trailblazers leading by 3. Powell, that's good. Powell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
This, to me, is where he can be lethal. In fast break situation, Norman Powell's speed's a problem.
Outside, Batum. George passes to Batum. He feeds it to Ibaka. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Powell, that's good. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Covington against George. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The fadeaway. Nurkic dishes to Powell. And that one goes long. The Clippers have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Powell against George. Now here's Powell. He's covered closely, and he comes up with the deuce. Powell's got 6 points in the quarter. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. The difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for McCollum. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Here's Simons. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Rondo looking over the floor. And the Clippers call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And Portland with a change here, too. McCollum's checked in. There's 42 seconds left to play in the third. And here's the break. Here's Cantor. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now a 9-point Trailblazer lead.
What a huge target in transition Enes Kanter can be. You love when he runs the floor.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Portland has possession. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. And that one, good. McCollum's got the lead up to 11 now for Portland.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Leonard attacking. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And here's Anthony from the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Anthony's got 5 now.
Oh, no conscience. I mean, Melo's range only growing with the passage of time.
And so it's Portland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Anthony in at the 3. Man passes to Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Misses the layup.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Tremendous job by Robert Covington to get the defense committed and draw the contact. Nice.
And he knocks down the first one. Norman Powell's checked in for Anthony. And both free throws good for Covington. Clippers trail by 14. Now Rondo. Outside Leonard. Shoots over Powell. 5 to shoot. Morris finds Rondo. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Leonard, no luck.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Lillard from outside. Here's Nurkic. They get it back.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. To the middle. To the paint. Here's Leonard. That one drops for him.
This is a small forward who, because he's 230 pounds, can hold his own down in the low post. That is nicely done.
Rondo against Lillard. Here's McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 16.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rondo against Lillard. Rondo kicks to Morris. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, Kawhi Leonard has zero fear. In fact, contact, it doesn't deter him at all.
Paul George, he's checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Portland leading by 13. Now, here's Lillard. Morris with the rebound.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
There's real synergy in play right now on the offensive end. The pass was right where it needed to be.
Lillard against Jackson. Lillard looking around. Covington dishes to Lillard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Robert Covington is as competitive as it gets, and he gets to the window there.
Jackson with it. Now Covington defending. Morris. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Jackson against Lillard. Inside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on George.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well, and that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
Simons, he's checked in for Portland. Clippers trail by 13. And here's Jackson. He kicks to George. Morris right side. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
I'll tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked: confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one.
The pass to McCollum. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Nurkic the pass to Powell. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard with the ball. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Simons. That shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Batum. Baca comes in for Marcus Morris. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Little comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. Hollis Jefferson subbed in for McCollum. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Cousins. Marcus Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Harry Giles. Robert Covington comes in for Little. Norman Powell's checked in for Jones. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Jackson misses. Covington against Morris. From deep. Portland again missing. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Misses there. So the Trailblazers win it. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time. Is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Covington against Kleber. To the inside, Nurkic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis.
Just a load. I mean, at 7 feet, Nurkic also moves well. And that combo gets him to the line a bunch.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. To the paint. He's looking for Hardaway and finds him. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And Lillard kicks to Powell. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Doncic.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Powell dishes to Nurkic, and it goes down 2 points.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Lillard against Doncic. Inside, here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Doncic finds Kleber. Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Puts it up. A 3-ball. They get it back. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Way to work the glass, buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Lillard scanning the floor. Pass to Covington. Back to Lillard. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Doncic with it. Now defended by McCollum. Hardaway for three. Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also, at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Here's Nurkic following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. McCollum outside. Portland needs to get off a shot. The shot by Lillard wide open. That one good for two. Nurkic has got 6.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Doncic kicks to Porzingis. 52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Doncic. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Out to Hardaway. Back to Kleber. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Mavericks with some changes. Nelly is checked in for Maxi Kleber. Richardson comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Kanter, the pass to Powell. Anthony trying to get open. The shot by Powell, no good. Richardson attacking. And Kanter pulls it down. 17-foot shot on the way. It's a tie game in Dallas. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he stays so grounded despite
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Josh Richardson. He's out there with Jalen Brunson. Dwight Powell is out there with Doncic. And it's Melly in at the power forward.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. That one doesn't drop.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, Carmelo Anthony is a special player, guys. A bulky, small forward with a quick trigger release, an elite scorer.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein's checked in.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Powell kicks to Brunson. Taken away by Anthony. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Fires from deep. Mavericks with the rebound. Richardson right side. Cauley Stein against Anthony. And he gets it to go. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Brunson scanning the floor. Here's Collins. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Yeah, things are starting to look up. I mean, they're making amends for that slow start, finding a rhythm right now.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie?
Oof. Well,
wow.
I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's
that is.
got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you.
And dropping the sledgehammer there, he curbs a 10-0 run by the Trailblazers.
And the pass to Anthony. Doncic with the steal. There's the double team with Covington. And the dunk by Porzingis.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic. Outside Anthony. Back to Lillard. From deep. A shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way. And he dunks it down.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 4. Finney Smith.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. 2 hands and down.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Doncic finds Kleba, and Kleba slams it in.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Here is Lillard. Passes it to Simons. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And that'll do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Yusuf Nurkic.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Powell in at the 3, the small forward. Porzingis can't hit.
Starting slow in this half, 0 for 3 so far.
It's McCollum with the drive, and Covington stays with it. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Boy, how about the effort and energy that time by Covington. Just worked his way right to the glass and got the follow-up basket.
The 3 for Doncic. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. That one falls.
Well, I tell you what, that's Covington's game now. He's really thinking shot before he catches it.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
To the left side wing. Porzingis passes to Finney-Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And a wide open look for McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. Mavericks trail by 11. Doncic outside. Down low. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And here's Covington from the arc. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Doncic against Covington. Nurkic with the steal. Now Covington. It's Powell on the wing. Over Doncic. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here. One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Lillard attacking. Good. Lillard's got the lead up to 11 now for the Trailblazers.
Boy, I love watching Lillard turn on the Jets, using that astounding speed to blaze past the defenders.
Doncic kicks to Kleber. Right side Porzingis. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Powell. That's good. Powell's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And stolen by Lillard. Powell dishes to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Pass to Nurkic. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Nurkic has got 8 points.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Lillard against Doncic. Pass to Hardaway. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Powell down low. Here's Nurkic. Feeds it to Covington. Over Kleber. That one wide left.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And Porzingis, here we go. And the layup falls. 6 points for him.
You know, guys, 7-footers usually don't dribble and drive that smoothly, but that's why they call Porzingis the unicorn.
Lillard against Doncic. From deep three-point range, the Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. Doncic feeling it out. There's the pass to Kleber. Outside Hardaway. He dishes it to Doncic. 4 on the shot clock. And that one is good. Doncic has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
Good on the bucket.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
He gets it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their defense. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Jalen Brunson out there with Richardson. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Melly in at the power forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here's Simons. Brunson covering. Cantor, the pass to Carmelo. They get it back. And Cantor able to finish. And the Trailblazers lead by 15.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Doncic passes to Brunson. Here's Melly. He's guarded by Nurkic. And the three ball is good.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Simons. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Powell with the steal. Pass to Cantor. And stolen by Richardson. Doncic passes to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
And Powell doing a nice job using his length on these hard shots. I mean, excellent at powering through the contact.
Pass to Simons. Pass to Cantor. Pocket 6. Got a piece of it. Powell with the steal. Here's Brunson. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Brunson's got his first basket.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Deep 2 from Anthony. Portland no good that time either.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
It's certainly been an impressive run. They finally found the right formula to break down the defense.
Simons, the pass to Anthony. Doncic against Powell. Just 5 to shoot. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And all of a sudden, that great run makes this a ball game again. And now is no time to take your foot off the gas. They have got to stay aggressive.
I think they will. I mean, they're close enough to taste it. So they're going to keep that pressure on and keep coming at them.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Nicolo Melli. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Richardson.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Doncic against Powell. Doncic passes to Porzingis. Now here's Brunson. On the wing, Doncic. Shoots over Powell. Porzingis on the foul.
That's exactly why they turn to Porzingis here, guys. They trust him to step up in big moments.
Lillard against Brunson. Porzingis with the block. McCollum kicks to Powell. Covington inside the line, and he nails that one right through the net. And the Trailblazers lead by 5. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 14-4 run. Outside Hardaway. The pass to Doncic. Powell with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it, the fast break chance. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Here's Lillard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
You know, that's not an easy assignment. As Porzingis showed there, he's a lot to handle.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Redick comes in for Doncic. Richardson, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Burke in for Jalen Brunson. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Giles. Burke grabs the miss. Now the Mavericks with it. 7-point differential. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Porzingis inside. Hollis Jefferson's there.
Well, you know what, guys? You want the ball in Porzingis' hands in clutch moments. Why? He's an impact player.
Passes it to Simons. Off target from outside. And Porzingis puts up a deep three. Misses. And so it's Portland winning this one. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up.
You